Gentlemen, this is professionalism at its finest. So today, we're gonna get the heads on. Woo! Do you feel like a student? I won't make you sit through that. I'm gonna write out everything I want to try to get done. It's about 6:30 in the morning. I just got back from the gym. But I got a really busy day. Tomorrow we're going to get the Skylark. Now I know I talked about this in one video, but then I deleted said video, so only a few of you know about it. My wife's uncle gave me a 1970 Buick Skylark. It's a muscle car. It looks pretty much identical to a Chevelle, except for some body lines. So let's get to work, guys. Like I said, right now I'm going to get these heads on there. I'll move the tripod over there. We'll lay out the gaskets. The gaskets only go on one way, but you know, we'll kind of walk you through that a little bit. And then we'll get the heads on. A couple of tips that I did learn is to make sure that when you're tightening down the bolts, to make sure that none of the cylinder heads none of the piston heads are at top dead center. So we'll get over there and we'll kind of look at that. Maybe if I have a little time, we're going to do a little bit more painting too. But let's go ahead and get started with the heads, guys. Thanks a lot. So one thing I learned, and maybe I could show you this, is that I was reading that two things. If you have a long dark spot, you know, kind of through the cylinder wall, that's a sign of warpage. The cylinder has warped into an egg shape, right? And that basically means it's not, your motor is not done or useless. It just means that it's pretty worn out and it's ready to be honed out. The cylinders need to be bored. So I don't have any of that, any of those issues. Everything looks really good. And also another thing I learned is that a good sign is if you can still see the cross hatching from the factory, and I can definitely see the cross hatching in all of these cylinders. There it is. So that looks really cool. For some reason, when they put that blue in there, it just looks like race car. Looks cool. So, you got a dowel here, and you got a dowel here. It can only go one way, guys. Simple stuff. So, literally, this thing is ready for a cylinder head. Let's get it on there. Okay. So, this is how it's going to go. So the red is the head, obviously. Now the line through there, it represents that this is the bottom underneath the spark plugs. Okay, and the black are the bolts. Okay, front of the motor is this way, obviously. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to the front, 7, 8, and all the way to the back, 9, 10. You're going to start out at 50 foot-pounds of torque, and then you're going to go all the way to 105. Okay, so let's get started with that. I went ahead and tightened them all snug. They are all 5/8. We're going to start with 50 foot-pounds, and we got there quick. I had to check. So this is 3. This is 4. This is 5. And this is 6. And this is 7. Here's 8. And this is 9 and 10, guys. So this is my nice Craftsman torque wrench, and it only goes up to 75 foot-pounds. So I'm going to do 50, and then I'm going to do 75 with this one, and then we'll bust out my Harbor Freight and take it to 105. Okay guys, check this out. So obviously it just doesn't pop yet without that block painted, and the timing cover is hanging on by just this one bolt. But boy, don't it look good. Super cool. And then obviously I'm just setting the intake on there. We'll leave it on there, that way it'll keep the crap out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit, half a quart of oil, all in my heads and in the intake galley, and just to kind of keep it from rusting and things like that. So pretty sweet, man. Okay, we're doing this gasket, or this timing cover. And just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna make sure I have all the bolts. Okay, so I think I need to have this water pump on here first. I don't think I need to, but I want to, just so it's all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little bit of RTV. Just in the past I've gone a little overboard with RTV, but this time I'm just going to lay some across the outside, just a nice thin layer, and a nice thin layer on the back side. And then we're going to rock and roll. I don't want to go overboard with it again. I don't really like the way it sticks out on the edges of things. I want this to look nice and clean. So we're going to do it on a piece of cardboard here and roll on. Okay, so I put the gasket RTV on one side, sealed it up really good, made sure all my holes lined up nice and good, and now I'm going to throw the cover on, and we'll be very close. Guys, it's on. So it's not all the way tightened. I think the torque is about 30 pounds on those. I'm going to let that RTV cure for about 30 minutes to an hour, and worry about tightening them later. They are pretty tight already, but see, this is what I don't like. I don't really like that crap there. But I'm going to go ahead and paint over it anyway. When I do paint, I'll remove the intake and mask that off really good. I don't know what I'm going to do about the valve covers right now. They may end up getting painted twice, just for ease of, just to make this a little quicker. But in the meantime, I am going to get this finished. I don't think I'm going to go to any extensive trouble to clean this block up anymore, really. I just don't see the point. If you look at my inline 6, it is a disaster. It's completely covered in mud, and that's all good with me. I just really wanted to do this, really more for fun of it. I enjoy, I don't know. I mean, I want it to look somewhat nice, but I don't care that if it, if it starts cracking the paint under there, I'm gonna spray it down with some brake clean and hopefully knock the rest of that rust off, but I'm not gonna worry about it much further from there. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. Tell you what I want to do. I want to do final thoughts from now on. After every video, we're going to do final thoughts. Today's final thought is well, and this has happened to me quite a bit, and over the years of working in restaurants, as serving, waiting tables, and stuff like that. But today, it happened again. I walked into a restaurant and I was talking to this lady at the counter and ordering, and was talking about something. I can't remember what, but anyway. You know, I always say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir. You know, I'm very polite. The manager comes up out of nowhere and asks me, "Hey, were you a service member?" And I said, "No sir, I wasn't. My brother was, and my grandparents, both my grandfathers were." And he says, "Well, you certainly carry yourself like one. You know, you're very polite." And I thought to myself, what is the... I think in a way it's sad that only military service members and older people speak this way. One of my proudest moments as a father, and it might sound really silly to you, but one of my proudest moments was I like to show respect to somebody when I meet them. You know, walk up, shake their hand like a man, introduce yourself. And I always do that, of course. And one day I was introducing myself to somebody, and out of nowhere here comes my son and walks up and puts his hand up, shakes this man's hand, and introduces himself as, you know, as Kyson. And man, I just thought, okay, I'm doing something right here. You know, I'm setting an example. This is the way you talk to people. This is the way, you know, this is the way you treat people. And I hope that that you guys take that home and think about that. You know, I think that respect is missing in America. That's my final thoughts. All we got done today was we put the heads on, got them torqued down. They're on. We got the timing cover on. It's on. It's sealed up tight. Water pump is on, sealed up tight. It's all ready to go. Next thing is we're going to paint this harmonic balancer. I've read that it's perfectly fine to paint these things. We're going to paint this one black since the timing cover's red. Now the intake manifold is black, so I was going to get this cleaned up real nice. This is the fuel rail that sits right over the top of the intake. That's going to clean it up real nice and paint it red so it'll stand out against that black. Look really good. And see this? This is the bracket that holds all your like AC and alternator on. Well, I kind of thought the bracket went like this, until I put it up to the motor and I realized it goes like this. So this is the front, and as you can see, I did not paint that. So we'll have to paint those three things. There's also some odds and ends that I have to paint. I'm contemplating taking the alternator apart and painting the cage. Some people say it's a total waste of time, just go buy a brand new one, but I'm not going to throw any more money at this project. And since I have a little time before November when we said we were going to start, I figured it's no big deal to go ahead and do that. So guys, I'm sorry if these are boring videos to you. You know, you're probably ready to see a Jeep with a V8 in it, but it's just not going to happen. My life is not built that way, and I don't have the time to do that kind of thing just like that. So this is pretty much what we're doing for right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. I really do. Hope you. So in the meantime, guys, thanks a bunch. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting just the greatest subscribers lately. I gotta tell you, this guy, and I was gonna look his name up, but I just keep forgetting. But he totally helped me out. I want to say his name is Irwin or something like that. Anyway, the guy that was telling me about building motors and commented on quite a bit of questions that I had. Hey man, thanks. That really helped out so much, and it gave me a lot more confidence in what I was doing. So that's what I'm after here on YouTube, guys. So I'm really proud of what I'm building here, and I hope you guys are too. Anyway, so before I start crying, I'll let you guys go. Hey, thanks, like, comment, subscribe. I already said it, but I'll say it again. Pocket full of shells.